Hidden inside a dusty old art shop, a mysterious paintbrush waited for someone with a kind heart. It wasn't an ordinary paintbrush. Everything it painted came to life. But when the magical brush fell into the wrong hands, only one creative child could save its incredible magic. In the colorful town of Rainbow Valley lived a cheerful girl named Sophie. Sophie loved to draw more than anything else. She filled notebooks with pictures of animals, castles, flowers, and magical lands. Although her family wasn't rich, Sophie believed imagination could create wonderful things. She often painted pictures for her friends to make them smile. One rainy afternoon, Sophie wandered into an old art shop tucked away on a quiet street. Inside, shelves were filled with dusty paints, old canvases, and beautiful brushes. An elderly shopkeeper smiled warmly. "I've been waiting for someone like you." Before Sophie could ask what he meant, he handed her an old wooden paintbrush with sparkling silver bristles. "This paintbrush only listens to kind hearts," he whispered. "Use it wisely." Curious, Sophie hurried home. She dipped the brush into blue paint and carefully painted a tiny butterfly. The moment she finished, the butterfly flapped its wings and flew off the page. Sophie gasped with delight. It really is magical. Soon, she painted colorful birds for lonely children. She painted blooming flowers for empty gardens. She even painted toys for children who couldn't afford them. Every painting came to life and spread happiness throughout the town. The townspeople couldn't stop smiling. But not everyone admired Sophie's kindness. A wealthy man named Mr. Grumble watched with greedy eyes. "If I owned that paintbrush," he muttered, "I could paint endless gold and become the richest man in the world." Late one evening, while Sophie slept, Mr. Grumble quietly sneaked into her home. He stole the magical paintbrush and hurried away. The next morning, he painted giant piles of gold coins. But instead of staying golden, the coins turned into ordinary rocks. Frustrated, he painted sparkling jewels. They instantly became colorful marbles. He painted a grand castle. It puffed into a cloud of paint and disappeared. "No!" Mr. Grumble shouted. "Why won't it work?" Just then, the magical paintbrush began glowing brightly. It slipped from his hand and flew out the window all by itself. The glowing brush returned to Sophie. As soon as she held it, the magic sparkled once more. Mr. Grumble ran after her. "I'm sorry," he admitted sadly. "I only thought about myself." Sophie smiled kindly. Magic works best when it's used to help others. To prove her point, Sophie painted a small apple tree beside the town square. Instantly, the tree came alive. It grew tall with branches full of delicious apples. Families gathered together to enjoy the fruit. Children laughed happily beneath its shade. Mr. Grumble watched quietly. For the first time, he understood that sharing brought more joy than keeping everything for himself. From that day forward, Sophie continued using the magical paintbrush to brighten the lives of everyone around her. She painted playgrounds for children, beautiful flowers for parks, birdhouses for forests, and colorful murals across the town. Mr. Grumble changed too. Instead of chasing wealth, he used his own talents to help his neighbors. The mysterious old shopkeeper was never seen again. But every time Sophie used the magical paintbrush, it sparkled just a little brighter, as if thanking her for using its magic with kindness. And so, Rainbow Valley learned. The greatest gifts are meant to be shared, not used for selfish gain. When creativity is guided by kindness, it can bring happiness to the whole world. If this story found its way to your heart, subscribe or follow the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss the next one. Every story begins here, and every time you share it, it reaches a little further.